Shall we start, Deepa Didi?
Yes, Lalita Devi, we may go ahead.
Yes, we can start.
Good afternoon and namaste to everyone. On behalf of the organizing team, I, Dr. Lalita Ramachandran, warmly welcome you all to the 9th International Conference of Human Values in Higher Education. We are gathered here in room 4 for the much anticipated individual sharing session. It is our privilege to have among us our distinguished chairpersons, Dr. S. Vishwanatha Rao and Dr. Deepa G. Nair. It is my honor to introduce our esteemed chairperson, Dr. S. Vishwanatha Rao, who serves as principal of Mar Basilios College of Engineering and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. I extend my warm welcome to Sir. We have Dr. Deepa G. Nair, the University Coordinator for Universal Human Values. She has made remarkable contributions to holistic education as a resource person, co-facilitator, and observer in various UHV workshops. I warmly welcome you, ma'am. To begin this session, I now invite Dr. Deepa G. Nair to take forward the session of individual sharing. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lalita Didi. Let me stop sharing this. Namaste, everyone. Welcoming you all to our session 3. This is room number 4. We have 5 sharings here. Let me welcome all of you, our honorable chairperson, Dr. S. Vishwanatha Rao. He's as Lady of Engineering, Kerala, and we have five individual sharings here. Ajay Kumar Pal, P.S. Leda Maheshwari Didi, Anita Mani Didi, Amresh Patel Ji, and Jagadish Babu Bellam Ji. So we'll be starting each one will be having 10 minutes. They can share their experience. Morning onwards, we are listening to many speakers, esteemed keynote address from Ganesh Bagaria ji. We need the talking about the need for holistic education. Parishit Bhaiya, is there any disturbance?
No, Didi,
No,
it is
Didi,
a
it's
timer
perfectly
being
okay.
set.
Okay, I thought my voice is echoing. Yes, so today we'll start with Ajay Kumar Palji. He's the first speaker. He's MD in Computer Science Engineering, Assistant Professor in Computer Science Department, Lajpat Rai College, Ludhiana. Bhaiya will be talking about his understanding, realizing the power of understanding. He is an active volunteer, UHP volunteer, resource person, coordinator in different face-to-face FTPs. Let me welcome Ajay Kumar Palji to share his explorations.
जी
Yes, Bhaiya.
थैंक यू
Over to you.
दीपा दीदी जी नमस्ते टू एवरीवन दीदी एम आई ऑडिबल
You are
Very
audible,
clear,
Bhaiya.
Bhaiya.
Audible.
जी so thank you for having me here and so I'll start my sharing here So as Didi has introduced me, so I am working as assistant professor at Lajpat Rai DAV College, Jagraon, Ludhiana, a college affiliated to Punjab University, Chandigarh. And listening since morning, so it's been honored. I'm feeling honored to share my sharing here at this 9th International Conference on Universal Human Values. And so in my sharing, I'll briefly share about what my thought process initially was and how I got the opportunity to attend this 8-day residential workshop on universal human values, and then what my thought process has actually transformed into. So as far as my family is concerned, I live with my parents, and we are 4 siblings and I'm the youngest one. So I belongs to a middle class family, and my father is a northern government railway employee. And as the youngest sibling, I have received the finest of parenting. So I have got the money, I have got the freedom, I have got the opportunity to take my own decision. So that's how I can say that after completing my schooling from Punjab, I have completed my higher education from central part of India. And during my higher education, as I am living my own, so I have developed, I have seen that I have developed opinions on many aspects of life. And what I can say today that is I have a concern about the society at that time as well. So I have seen people fighting for water. I have seen injustice in society. I have seen relationships break down in my neighborhood, in my own family. So these kind of things I always think of, and I always wanted to do something for the society so that it can be a better place for living. And with that background, I came into teaching because I thought that teaching will be an appropriate place to do something for the society. So, and in our friend circle also, we thought of opening some NGOs where we can help people to get the food, to get the shelter, and to get the job. So that's what our initial thought process was with my friends and my own. And during the starting career, during the starting phase of my teaching, I got the opportunity to attend this 8-day residential workshop. And I can say that that was the turning point where I am able to reflect my thought process in that. That is a one of a unique kind of a workshop from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. sitting on the mattresses and discussing the things about the life, family, society, nature, existence. So that workshop has actually the content which made me realize that it is actually related to my own life. And during the workshop, I have realized this numerous times that I am able to understand more clearly about my past life incidences, whether it's the other people behavior, whether it's my own behavior, or whether the incidents or decisions that I have taken in my life. So I'm able to understand the reason behind those. So that actually fascinated me initially for the workshop. And also, I have said it previously also that like a Google map, we can see that where one person is standing and where we need to go, and there are different paths available. So in that workshop, actually, I have realized that where I am standing now, what my thought process is, and what as a human being, where I want to reach, and what will be the appropriate or the holistic path available. So that workshop actually realized me the place where I'm standing, and opens up a bigger canvas where I can live. So after the workshop, after the 3-4 years of workshop, I have actually started volunteering in the in this bigger vision. I have started attending weekly meetings and many other meetings. So I can say that when I started volunteering, that has provided me a bigger platform where I have actually transformed uh, uh, something that I have listened into the workshop. If I talk about now, and one takeaway, if I talk about, then I can say that the biggest takeaway that I can say is the ability to understand other people behavior, the ability to understand my own behavior. and the ability to understand the scenarios, the incidents around me. That is the biggest takeaway that I can say. So now I'm able to understand why the other person is behaving this way. Now I'm able to understand why this situation is actually arising. Now I'm able to understand that why there is injustice in the society, even in my organization, why there is this unfairness or biasedness, why there are problems in relationships. Now I'm able to understand this. I can relate this to one example. Of post lockdown, when the college resumes, one day when I was getting ready for the college, and my mother was not well from past 1 week. So during the breakfast, my spouse told me that my mother has taken something yesterday which is not good for her health. So by listening to that, I have a reaction inside. And in some harsh tone, I told my mother that if you need to take these things, then what is the purpose of taking the medicine? We can stop taking the medicine and you can eat whatever you want to eat. There is no issue in that. And immediately I have realized that I have reacted. These 4 5 statements that I have just spoken to her, but I have realized this. After that, I got ready for the college and went to the college. My mother just told that no, she will not take that again. But because I have reacted throughout the day, these thoughts are coming to my mind that what is the need to say this, we can communicate better, I can express this better. So throughout the day this was happening to me. In the evening when I came back home, sipping the tea in the drawing room, I'm sitting alone, and these thoughts are coming again and again. So during that tea time, that one thought came that do my mother wanted to harm her health? So the answer that come to me that no, she don't want to harm her health. She just don't have the control over her cravings. She's taking plain food from past 6 7 days and she has a liking of some taste. So she just don't have the control over her cravings. But do she want to harm her health? The answer came suddenly no. The thought again came that do I want to hurt her feelings? So the thought again came no, I don't want to hurt her feelings as well. I just have the concern of her health, and even I am not able to communicate my concern to her as well. I just wanted her to be healthy. So these two statements actually helped me realize that neither my mother has the bad intention. She just don't have the ability to control over her cravings, nor I have the bad intention. I just don't have the ability to communicate my concern to her in a better way with a feeling of relationship. And the moment I can say this, that the moment I am realizing this, I have a smile on my face. I'm sitting on the sofa, and the numerous thoughts that have gone through my mind throughout the day has started settling down slowly. I have not I have not said sorry to my mother. I have not communicated anything to her, but I came at my peace just by realizing this. And I realized that I have just understood an incident, the root cause behind an incident. And the moment I realized this, there are many conclusions that I can draw after this. After that, there are numerous events where I'm able to understand the event only and came at peace. And so when I'm able to understand, I also realize this that this the happiness and unhappiness is solely dependent on me, because I have not communicated my mother and said sorry to her. Just by realizing, I came at peace. After that, in life there are many at many a times there are unfavorable circumstances, there are adverse scenarios, but now just by understanding those adverse scenarios and those unfavorable behavior of others, I am not affected by other now. And by this, I I have also realized this, that when I have realized an incident, when I have understood an event, after that, the positivity that came inside me, that helped me in participating the solution as well. Now that my thought process that is initially was problem centric, now becoming solution centric. So that helped me in coming at peace for myself as well. And when I am at my peace, when I'm contributing, I'm also able to contribute to others' peace as well. So the biggest takeaway that I can say today is that I am able to understand the scenarios, incidents, behavior of others and myself as well. So that's what I can share here. And so I feel gratitude and I feel honored to share my sharing here with you all. Ji Didi, namaste.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Very nice sharing. Uh, yeah, actually, after that 8-day workshop, when was the workshop? You were able to participating in all the voluntary activities, Bhaiya?
Ji, I have not able to hear you properly, Didi.
Yeah, Bhaiya, you were saying that after that 8-day workshop has helped you to improve your awareness, and you were saying that it helped you to understand the behavior of others. So
Ji.
maybe the participants, they will be able to know how it has helped you in improving your behavior, connecting with your past behavior.
Ji. So you are saying, Didi, how I'm able to improve my behavior in comparison to past behavior.
Yes, yes.
Yes. है ना? So initially, Didi, है ना,
हेलो
the
हाँ नमस्ते भैया, मैं
biggest.
रंजीता बोल रही हूँ भैया।
जी
भैया
नमस्ते
तारा
दीदी।
प्रसन्ना भैया।
Yes, Didi.
जी, so Didi, I'm resuming where I'm responding, है ना?
Okay, Bhaiya.
So the biggest thing that I can say that is initially the reason behind my own behavior, I have concluded that the reason is the someone's behavior or something that is outside is the reason of my own behavior. So if someone is behaving good, I am behaving good. If someone is behaving bad, then that person is the reason of my own bad behavior. But after the workshop, I have realized this that the behavior that I am behaving is actually the outcome of my own thought process. So it is not the responsibility of the other, it is responsibility of my own behavior, is my thought process. So actually the focus area has shifted. So initially I was working to make a favorable environment around me. I was working to live with those kind of people who has a positive energy. Now I'm able to realize this that the behavior of actually is the outcome of my own thought process. So my focus area has shifted from other people to my own self. Now, as I'm
Very
working on
nice.
my own self, so I am able to realize that I have yielded more results as compared to previously when I was working with others to improve their behavior. And also, Didi, when I am working on my
Very
own
nice, Bhaiya.
behavior,
Reaction has come down.
yes. And when I came at peace, when I am participating with other in communication, so I'm able to participate in their harmony as well. What I initially working on to work for the happiness of other, but it goes through my own happiness. It cannot goes through that I'll not be happy and you will be the happy. It will not work this way. If I'll be happy, then I'll be able to help in contribution of someone's other's happiness.
Very good exploration, Bhaiya. This awareness really help us in improving our behavior and others, and also maintaining our harmony in our relationship with others. With this clarity, you are able to interact and maintain a good relationship with everyone. That's very nice. Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Any of the participants, if you have any questions, actually, we are running short of time. But if there are any
Shri
questions,
Ajay Pal,
raise
could
your
you
hand.
just let us know when was your first workshop that you attended? Could you just repeat that?
Ji, I have attended sir first workshop on December 2015.
Oh, okay, thank you. Right.
Yeah, very long back, sir. 11 years back.
Ji.
Very nice, Priya. Continue your journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Now let us move to the second sharing. We have Leda Mageshwari Devi with us. She is PhD in Crystal Growth, Loyola College of Engineering, Loyola College, Madras University. Now she is working as the Associate Professor, RMK Engineering College, and she is also the UHP Cell Coordinator, very active UHP volunteer participating as Office Intelligence Observer, and she's an active volunteer in the translation team of Tamil. Didi, welcoming you for your sharing. Leta Mageshwari Didi.
Yes, Didi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Namaste.
Shall I start, Didi? Yes.
You can start, Didi.
I'm Dr. P.S. Lata Mageshwari, Associate Professor in Physics, Science and Humanities Department, RMK Engineering College. My sharing is about my content of imagination. First, let me share about my family. My husband works as a manager at Hewlett Packard. Shortly, it has been called as HP. And my son pursuing his MS at Deakin University, Australia. I have been associated with UHV since 2018. And recently, I have completed my UHV 3 at SRM IST. I'm handling UHV classes in my college that are helping me to explore the proposal within. Now I am in the process of developing myself, that is purifying my imagination from precondition and sensation and trying to focus my life on natural acceptance. First, I want to share about my precondition. My precondition was that human being is just a body, a physical entity. Now I'm able to see a human being with a self and body and the needs of the self for right understanding and right feeling. Previously, I was always complaining about others based on the assumption, whatever I'm having about others, which created so much of disturbances within myself. And usually what I will do, I will transfer those disturbances to my husband and to my son. It will progress as a wave in my family. That created a lot of unhappiness within my family. Now I am able to observe the self, that is observing myself without the help of the body. This I am able to realize now. I understand that my desire, my thoughts, and my expectation, what together it is called as imagination, are going in myself continuously. I'm able to observe my imagination. Nowadays, I'm able to imagine each and everything, whatever it is there in my mind. That is possible now. And I understand now that I have the capacity to observe my imagination, which is inherent within me. And I can see this imagination by the self directly without the help of the body. This is the first realization that happened within me. And I'm observing, I could able to, seriously, I'm focusing on the external factors which is happening around me, and I am ignoring myself. Now I am realizing that I need to focus on my inner self first. Slowly I am started doing that, and I'm paying attention to that also. When I am paying attention, I'm able to see my feelings. When I'm seeing my feelings, I can decide whether it is on the basis of natural acceptance or it is on the basis of precondition. If it is on the basis of natural acceptance, I'm able to see the harmony within myself. Now, I could able to see the percentage of complaining about others and the disturbances and contradiction within me had been reduced, which in turn put my husband as well as my son in a state of harmony. So much of complaints now has been reduced and they are in harmony. That is the highlighting thing I want to say now. And this helped me to improve my relationship with my husband and with my son. That is specifically, I could see the reaction has been reduced and the feeling of relationship has been increased. I could say honestly, not only with my family members, I'm able to see the change in my workplace also. That is with my colleagues and with my students. I myself experiencing positive energy, which makes me to focus on my work effectively. I can see my husband and my son and my colleagues and my situation are not at all responsible for my happiness. Ultimately, I am 100% accountable for my happiness and unhappiness. This is the shift happened within me. Now, I am living with the same people. I understand the people around me are the same, but now I have changed myself. That difference I could able to see now. This is first the content of imagination based on my precondition. Now I want to say something about the sensation. The second I want to share is sensation, my content of imagination about sensation. Previously, I was not aware of the interaction between the self and body. Now I find that the interaction between the self and body is in the form of information only. Some instruction is going from myself to the body and some sensation from the body is coming to the self. There is no materials transaction that I could able to realize now. I interact with the body whenever it is required. All the time I'm not interacting with my body. I give instruction to the body to follow the work I want to take from the body, and the body does it accordingly. That I'm able to see. I operate the body as per my decision, and I use the body like an instrument. Even now, I'm able to see my heartbeat and palpitation. Both I can see at this moment also. It is happening within the body. And the situation, that is physiochemical change, that is very hot outside, that also I'm able to realize now. And coming to others, or the other human being, the behavior of others, that is whichever it is affecting me, this we will be calling it as a sensation. I understand they are affecting the body in, each and every time, that is in the form of sensation. I was able to read my sensation. I am able to decide, okay, whether this particular sensation I need to take or not. And also I am giving meaning to the sensation. This understanding now only I am getting slowly. And now I understand the decision regarding the exchange of information between me and my body was entirely mine only. Now I'm able to decide what to do and what not to do, whether I need to respond or to react. That total final decision, it is within myself only. That I am very clear and I am aware. Third, it is based on natural acceptance. This is a little bit difficult. All the time, I'm not able to live on the in accordance with natural acceptance, but I am trying and putting my effort. I'm clearly understanding that if my feeling, my thought, it is based on right understanding, that is on the basis of natural acceptance. If it is not influenced by any external input, I continue to be in harmony. My feelings will be natural if I am living on the basis of natural acceptance, and I will be in the state of harmony also. If any external trigger or external input I'm getting, I'm evaluating. That evaluation is very important. That in what way I am evaluating, whether I am evaluating on the basis of understanding, knowing, or on the basis of assumption. Again, that plays a major role. I can able to see happiness is innate within me and it is not affected from outside. So by going through all these observations, I have two important conclusions to continue in my life. Number one, I'm willing to take responsibility for my self-development and for my transformation. I can get over complaining about others that I have reduced a lot of impact I am able to see within myself. I have a plan to achieve my full potential. I strongly believe that if I am filtering my content of imagination in the self, which is going on within me continuously, I could able to express, okay, whatever I want to take it, okay, whatever I want to delete it. Based on that, if I am doing that in my content of imagination, the expression, whatever I'm doing it through the body, that will give me always happiness. I need to develop myself. I'm ensuring that every moment, understanding of relationship, harmony, and coexistence, and the feeling and the thought of relationship, harmony, coexistence, is everything is important every moment. With this, I can be in the state of continuous happiness. I can share the happiness with others, and I can able to participate in larger order, first starting within myself and extending to my family, society, and nature. Thanks for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you all for your patience listening. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, Lavita Didi. Your explorations are really helpful for others. But observing your imagination, how you are able to maintain awareness throughout the life, and understanding the proposal on human relation between self and body, and you are able to keep your observations in line with natural acceptance.
Your voice is little bit breaking. I'm not able to hear the continuous words and sentence.
Okay. Now, am I audible now, Didi?
Okay, Didi, please.
Yeah, I was saying that your explorations on the proposal of self and body and the awareness on the basis of natural acceptance, this has created a harmony with you.
Yes. Thank you.
It's very clear through all your involvement in the UHV activities in your daily life. And these explorations are really helping others also. Thank you, Didi. Thank you very much. Let us see if any of our participants have any questions to you. Kindly raise your hand or you can unmute. Have any questions? Our Honorable Chairperson, sir, you want to ask something?
Sir is on mute, sir.
Diva Didi, I am Usha, along with Rao sir.
Please.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Leda Didi?
Yes, yes.
Are you
Yes,
able
yes,
to
Didi.
identify all preconditioning and assumptions?
Yes, now I am able to differentiate that. What is natural acceptance, which is precondition. Previously, I don't have that idea, that is that belief, notions, okay, whatever I'm having, now I am able to. One small example I want to say, previously when I'm going out, I will be taking that information from the astrologer. Every day it will be telecasting in the television, how the day today that day was. No, that is I used to do that frequently every day when I am at home. See, that is a belief. Now I am able to understand that it is in my hands how I am going to be happy in that particular day. It is within me. I have to decide. Myself has to decide. Who is he to tell that this day will be like this or that? That I now able to understand. Like that, every belief, whichever I'm having, the notions, I'm able to verify within myself. Now, slowly, I am coming out of that. I'm checking within myself, and then I'm coming out of that.
That
I'm
means
not
you are
able to say,
100% responsible for the feeling in your own self.
yes, Didi.
Okay, thank you, Didi. Nice sharing.
Thank you, Didi.
That means you have become more self-referential. Very
Yes.
nice.
Yes, thank you, Didi.
Yes. Thank you, Usha ma'am. Thank you. Namaste. Can we move to the next sharing? Thank you, Lata Didi.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you all.
Yes. Now we have Anita Mani Didi with us. Didi is having 27 years of academic experience. She is PhD in Commerce from Shivali University, Kolhapur. Anita Didi was former director of RM Dariwal Singh Management School, Maharashtra. She is an active volunteer of UHD since August 2020. Let me invite Anita Didi for her sharing. Welcome, Anita Didi.
Namaste to all. I'm Dr. Anita
Namaste.
Mani from Sholapur, Maharashtra, India. Let me introduce my family first. We are a family of 4. My father-in-law, who is 94, continues to be in good health. My husband, Santaji. My daughter, Gauri, who is in her second year of engineering at Pimpri Chinchwad University and is staying in a hostel, and myself. Although we have been living in 3 different places for the past 1.5 years, I can confidently say that we remain closely connected. I was introduced to Universal Human Values, that is UHV, in July 2020 through an AICT email inviting us to enroll for the introductory FDP. During that time, as everyone is aware, it was COVID-19 pandemic. So it was only me, my administrative staff, and my we can say supporting staff were available on campus. So I felt it was a good opportunity for me to learn something new. And actually, I made a very good decision to participate in the online introductory FDP in August 2020. From that point, my transformation began. And I can say it didn't happen overnight or even a month or a year. It has been a very gradual process. The changes in me have been observed by my colleagues at my previous campus and my family members, friends also. I worked with RM Dhariwal Sinhagad Management School, Kondapuri, as an in-charge director and campus director starting from 2018, long back. I initially joined the institution in 2016 as an associate professor and resigned from my post in June 2024. When I first took on the role, it was challenging as I was new to both the culture and the people. When someone argued with me or tried to blame me, I would become very upset. I often wonder why that person would say such things. It seems to me that they spoke without considering whom they are addressing to. These thoughts would linger in my mind for 2 to 3 hours. during which I noticed my stomach would become upset. I would develop a mild fever or even headache in the evening. I would find myself contemplating how to respond or what action to be taken regarding their unethical behavior. Interestingly, as you must have also observed, the people who use harsh words often move on and seem happy, while I felt the burden of their negativity. However, I observed that the next day, I would often forget the incident or even forgive the person. What I have come to understand now, that during this 2 to 3 hours of unhappiness, I was the one at fault. The words were just words, and it was me, or it was I, who assigned the meaning to them. And as a result, I allowed myself to be hurt. Ultimately, I was the one who made myself unhappy. This was resulting through my own preconditioning. If I want to see my changes in myself, there are two places very important to me. My old campus, I can say, Kondapuri campus, and my family members, where I have explored and discovered many things. When I went through the proposal, I came to understand, first thing, human being exists as a coexistence of self and body. First thing which I understood much more better. This realization helped me in many ways. In the past, whenever there was an argument, clash, difference of opinion, I would feel very bad. My body would react negatively. At that time, I would fully grasp what was happening. But after attending each session, weekly meeting, morning meetings, and understanding the concept, and I started to explore within myself, I began to see the difference between intention and competence. The people I work with may not have the intention to make me unhappy. Rather, I often felt that their actions were directed, making me feel that way. However, I realized that simply they may lack competence and could be disturbed themselves also. This understanding helped me recognize their words were not meant to hurt me. This realization made me much more calmer. For instance, there was faculty, if she's listening or they're listening, who consistently made mistakes. I would remind them that they should read the documents before bringing them to me, and they would respond defensively, saying that I will always find faults in their work. I remember how my temper is to go up, would rise, but I would feel the heat within me, and I still managed to control my anger and communicate what was needed to be done in much more calmer way. Means inside the reactions were going on, outside very calm and quiet. However, I would always feel that disturbed half a day, or even would carry the disturbance to the next day also, within myself, not outside. Now, with the changes I've undergone, even if the same faculties or anyone make mistakes repeatedly, I calmly inform them and ensure that things would work out as required. I recall another incident from my school. I was taking care of the school also in the campus. During an open day, when parents had several complaints, after the parents' meeting, there was a meeting of the school teachers, the headmistress, and me. They all shared the incident that had occurred and how they responded to the parents. Many teachers came with an expectation that I would scold them. That is, I would react. And they even prayed before meeting, fearing for my reaction. When I heard their concern, I respond by saying, how can we work on these issues? When there was a problem they could not handle, they could have approached me or called me. Once the meeting concluded, one of the faculty, that is the teachers, thanked me for understanding them. They expressed relief, saying their thoughts could not face me, but my words have made things much more easier for them. They appreciated my ability, responded rather than the react of the situation. This, I call it solution-centric approach instead of problem-centric approach, which we have heard in our key note address also today. I can relate now most of my things. This journey of self-discovery and emotional regulations, which has not improved my interaction with my colleagues, but also positively impacted my relationship with my family. I learned that communication is the key, and approaching to the situation with the right understanding rather than defensive fosters a more supportive environment. When I speak of relationship, I all recall the bond with my supporting and non-supporting staff over the years. During the festive occasion, I always made it a point to bring homemade sweets for them. One instance that stand out very clearly is with my Bhaskaran, my supporting staff, who often once remarked actually, after my mother, it's you who took care of us, shared sweet with the same love and affection. Such movements reflect the deep connection I developed with the people I worked with. I also appreciate the efforts of Mrs. Thombre and Dinesh mom, who often prepared meals for me. This generosity was possible because of the relationship I nurtured within the campus. Even Athar, the school bus driver, his family would sometimes prepare meal for me when others were not available. These bonds between my campus community and me are a testament to the mutual respect and care we developed over time. Initially, when my supporting staff faced issues, they would often express their frustration with raised voice. That was one of the main part in my campus there, raised voices, which left me feeling unsettled. I used to perceive it as a constant complaining without solution. However, over time, I learned to understand where things might have gone wrong and the capability of each individual. Instead of reacting, I started listening carefully, investigate the situation, collaboratively identify the solution. This approach not only improved communication, but also fostered a much more calmer and more convenient environment on campus. Although not perfect, I can say, the campus became a most harmonious place, embodying a sense of prosperity, understanding, and shared responsibility. One key lesson I should say I have learned that sharing values and content is meaningful when they're first internalized. This was even shared with today's one of our key speaker, Shastra Buddhesa. When we truly embody the principle we speak of, the others are more willing to accept and engage with them. I had the opportunity to conduct a introductory workshop on universal human values for the teaching, non-teaching, supporting staff, as well as for the school and college teachers. This was made possible with the support of the resource person, Umesh Jadhav Bhaiya and Ms. Nidhi Sachdev, where both the principals, Mr. Anand Dhoni, Mrs. Smita Gavde, attended both the sessions. I can say Mr. Anand Dhoni even mentioned that after attending the session and attending the morning meetings, acted as a tonic for him, reducing his need for stress relief medication. He emphasized that being connected with the content and exploring within oneself brought a very positive change. One notable outcome I can say was a member of the supporting staff. Who began attending the morning session and listening to the content. His behavioral changes was evident to everyone. His friends, the teachers, the colleagues, and all remarked at the transformation, attributing it to the influence of UHV. This was a change where we could see in person when they started attending the morning meetings also after attending the workshop. Now, when I talk about my my family, I should say, I see much more of a relationship has evolved. In the past, I would react very emotionally when my husband didn't complete his task, assuming he didn't care. But now I understand his priorities, appreciate the small ways he does the thing, focus on contributing to my happiness, and I do the same. So the conflicts between us has reduced. My husband often remarks on how the bond between my daughter and me have grown strong over the years. And he attributes much of this positive change to my journey with UHV. With my daughter, our bond has deepened through meaningful conversation, I can say. Now I guide her using universal human values concept, examples, and listen first before responding, a shift from my earlier strictness. This new understanding has created a more harmonious and thoughtful family dynamic, I can say. When it came to leaving my job, the campus, and return home, my husband said, that really touched me. This time you have developed deep relationship, which is why everyone is feeling sad. They are crying because they will be missing you. At that moment, I could truly see the sense of affection of all my teachers and non-teaching and supporting staff as I prepared to leave the campus. This bond was possible through the right understanding and feeling I cultivated over the time. Attending the weekly meetings, monthly meetings, morning meetings, and working on myself continuously helped me to foster this meaningful relationship. I'm grateful for this experience as it has shown me. The value continued to be self-development and the importance of nurturing relationship. Thank you. Namaskar. Namaste to all.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Your journey is really inspiring for all of us. How you have changed from a stage of desire that was affecting from the behavior to a feeling of relationship, how you were able to make it as a collaborative environment. Very nice exploration, Didi. Thank you. To hear from our participants also if they have questions. Any reflections on Didi sharing? Yeah, we have one hand raised.
Yogesh. Yes, ma'am.
Yogesh Prabhudas ji with us.
Yes, Yogesh.
I think I have provided the mic. Yes, Yogesh ji, you have the mic with you. You can unmute and say your reflection on that sharing.
Yogesh, you can go to the mic part and click there. It will unmute it. You can give it a try that. Or by mistake also it might have gone.
Okay, maybe.
Yes.
Sure. Yes, Siti. So this has really inspired how it has changed. Yes. Change the environment out. The same sharing we heard from previous to individual sharing also. So let us continue with this journey of exploration.
Yes, Didi. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. Now we have the fourth sharing, Amrish D with us. Amrish Patel ji is an active UHV volunteer, is ME in structural engineering. He is working as Associate Professor, PDA College of Engineering, Kalburgi, Karnataka, and Regional Coordinator for SWR. Let me welcome Amrish Bhaiya for his sharing. Amrish Bhaiya.
Namaste and good afternoon to
Namaste.
all who are there online. Hope, Dr. Deepaji, is it I'm audible?
Yeah, your voice is little bit breaking.
Okay. Now, just you can tell me why is not clear. Okay.
You can be a little more louder, Bhaiya. Voice is not breaking. You can be a little more louder.
I'll just try this. I'll just try, just check. Yeah, myself, Amaresh Patil from PDA College of Engineering, which is in northern part of Karnataka. I am there associated with the teaching since last 32 years, but I am being connected to content of values for the past 2.5 years. See, my exploration really started with the first FDP that I attended on online mode. From then, my exploration kept on happening better and better as I was related or connected to this content of these values in the form of being a teacher in the classes of UHV content being shared, and also my self-exploration helping for attending by the weekly meetings and attending the morning session. The morning session was the opening for me for my self-exploration. Most of the time, earlier, before I got connected to this morning session, I was only trying to understand the content or trying to know about the content. But real exploration, what is that exploration for me is being brought up with those two exercises. One is the self observing the self, and the self observing the body. So these are thoroughly helped me to understand better and better. On today's platform of sharing, I am there to put before. Yeah, I am putting a lot of efforts where I know there might be some problem with my network. The proposals, whatever I heard in those sessions of the FDP online or the weekly meetings, I always thought this is something to help me for the teaching part. But the more I got connected to the content, the more I tried to put those proposals, the exploration started within. Can you use the earphone? Right now, Bhaiya, I don't have the earphone. Yeah. Hope you need to manage for another 5 minutes. I will try to put up as louder as possible. So once when I got connected to these morning sessions, the exploration really started. And today in this session, I am trying to speak about the relationship, especially the relationship with respect to my family member, the spouse. Yeah, there is someone who is telling that the voice is okay at my end. Fine. So that means there are problems in the internet. So let us all bear with that. Sorry for all that inconvenience. What has really happened before UHV and what is there happening after UHV is what is my sharing now with respect to the relationship. When I heard the proposal of the relationship is being between one self to the other self, I was not at all being connecting. What is all this? But the more I put my efforts in the understanding part, then I was clear that what I'm trying to understand, because I'm not putting any efforts to make any relationship. Already the relationship is there between one consciousness to other consciousness. Earlier, before UHV, there was a lot of struggle. I would say, not always, but there were struggles and sleepless nights where I never used to understand that what really the other partner is expecting from me. Sometimes I used to win, the other used to lose, and the other used to win and I used to lose. That was all happening, but the contentment part or the definite conduct was never there. And we were always struggling together. And whatever is being told or whatever that is being asked, audience can use earphone. Voice is clear with it. Okay, fine. Whenever I used to put in the form of reaction to the daughters, I also, it used to be always that there's something or other missing in that relationship. We are always used to state that you need to do that, you need to do that, or do this. Or sometimes whenever family used to ask me to get the groceries and all, I used to always think that why only me, or some work within the home, I used to always take it as an pressure for me. But once when I realized this consciousness and the reality that myself is with the two realities, one is the body and the self, and both are to be understood separately and both need to be fulfilled separately, then I was aware that it is only the competency part of mine and the competency part of the other. It is nothing to worry with. The intention part. Intention is pure for everyone. That was very clear to me. And now, whenever there is anything that is there told to me in the form of some work at the home, or anything related to work, especially washing the utensils or something that is there with respect to bringing the material from the home, I always think that it is my work, it is my participation, what I can do at this moment. It is nothing like anything like a burden now. So I try to enjoy. And now I was able to see that my expression outside is related to my feeling. And the feeling is there within me, and that too with the self. So once when I was aware of all this part of this understanding, then I was now trying to help the other. That consciousness is what is the center of my living. And every time it is a hand-holding scenario in the way I can help the other. It is nothing like a struggle, nothing like I win or the other lose, or other win or the other lose. It is mutual happiness for which we are all working. This was clear to me. And now that is nothing of the fittest. It is the only the relationship with what I can help the other and the other can help to me, because it is the existence is in coexistence. All these concepts was better and better, and that helped me for the discussion part. Whenever there are, even now also, there are some difference in opinion between what I want or someone else or my family wants from me. But we are now at the dialogue. We try to bring that in the discussion form. Look at the purpose, why I need to do this, or why she is. And now it is calling for our own natural acceptance. What is there right for both of us? Because natural acceptance for human being is the same. So this is there as an understanding. This is helping for the living part. And it is more of a dialogue. It's nothing to state. It is in the form of a response now. So not there in the living part, because the growth for 2.5 years, I am able to see that it was first the understanding part of the value education. Then in the classrooms, whenever I discuss with any of those structural engineering subjects, I try to help the students with value-based part of this content part. And now that has come into the third part, that is the living also. And this is helping me to work at my workplace. I work at my own family level, and it is a fulfilling way of living. That is what is happening nowadays. This was all the sharing, and there's a lot of gratitude for the entire family of UHV, which has helped me. This was just an accidental way of trying to get a new subject for my teaching, but it has been a part of life for me. Thanks for everyone. That's what it is. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope I was audible for everyone.
Thank you, Bhaiya. We are able to see that you are now experientially validating the proposals.
Yes, yes.
Even in your teaching and in your life, you are really helping. The explorations and the sharings are really helping others.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let us see any of our participants have any questions or any reflections on this.
Yeah, I just wanted to answer for those questions if there are any questions with you.
Yes. Yeah. We'll see that. If any of the audience want to ask any questions, you can raise your hand. Mics can be provided. But yeah, actually, I have a question. You were talking about this competence and intention. Now you are able to see the intention of everyone is same.
Yeah.
How this understanding has helped you in improving your relationship with students?
Yeah. See, now the relationship is always in the moment I feel for the other. The feeling are not fine, then I always have the struggle, or I always be in opposition. But the intention part is helping me to look into that, because once when I know that the trust, the feeling of trust is what is the foundation for my feeling, then I trust everyone. It is nothing like I trust someone or I trust only few. It is only the competency. It is someone is not able to understand at that moment, so hence he is trying to live that. So with this understanding, I hold hands with him and try to be complementarity. With that complementary nature, I make a program for mutual happiness. I work for my happiness and help other also. So that is what is happening really now.
Nice, Bhaiya. Nice. We have also audience from the YouTube. Actually, I'm not able to see the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
If they are in comments, Lalita Didi. if you are able to see
Didi,
the
I am tracking
comments.
out with the YouTube chat. There is no questions as of now.
Yeah. Thank you, Didi. Thank you.
Thank you, bhai.
Okay. If there is any question, you can. Okay. Thank you, Bresh Bhaiya. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Didi. Thank you. Thank you to everyone for the patient listening. Thanks for the opportunity also.
Yes, nice. Now sharing from Jagdish Babu Bellamji, who is working as Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Madanpalli Institute of Technology and Science, Andhra Pradesh. He is an active volunteer of PhD since June 2023. He is the PhD cell coordinator in this institute, and he has a PhD in electrical engineering from Mexico City. I'm not able to get the name of the institution. Invested IPN Mexico. Let me
Namaste.
invite Bhaiya. Welcome, Bhaiya.
Namaste. I'm audible.
Yes, Bhaiya, you are right.
Okay. So, namaste to all. Good afternoon to all. And good afternoon to all the panelists, delegates, and participants and attendees. Gratitude to all, and gratitude to all the organizing committee of 9th International Conference on Universal Human Values for providing me the opportunity to share my experience on UHV proposals. My name, Dr. Jagdish Babu Bellam, working as Assistant Professor at Department of Physics, Madanpalli Institute of Technology and Science, Madanpalli. And I belong to Andhra Pradesh, so I came from Chittoor. My parents are living. I am the middle one of three brothers. So my wife, she is also started working in my institute. I have a son of 12 years old and a daughter of 8 years old. So I started my UHV journey from June 2021. I am continuation from then, attending all the meetings and exploring myself. So then coming to this, before UHV, I am very calm outside most of the time, and I am very disturbed or struggling inside, and I am getting adjusted with these situations. These adjustments later lead to volcano, and which will erupt on my family members, kids, and sometimes outside members also. So after going through these UHV proposals, I understood that basic human aspiration of every human being is to be happy and prosperous. Then I understood my goal. My goal is to reach this basic human aspiration. I will be successful only when I reach this goal. So that I started working on. So these proposals coming to me through UH, then I started exploring, then I realized the reality, then I see the knowing without assumption. So this has brought for suppose the few proposals I will share, but mostly I will be sharing on trust. So I have explored this proposal of prosperity, counting the clothes, and I'm started eating the food for nurturing the body, not mostly for taste, and also protecting my body, right, utilizing my body. So this clarity is helping the health of the body. So this type of self-exploration is giving more clarity. And I started sharing these values also to students. And with this sharing, I am researching these proposals within. This is giving more clarity. So I had to live with this proposals, then only I can place it in front of the students. That's what my understanding. So coming to the main concern, that anger issues. So I used to get angry very frequently on my kids, on my family members, and the person not following the rules and regulations while driving or any otherwise. So this problem of anger is disturbing me a lot, and time I react, and mostly I react inside. Sometimes I explode outside. So I have huge expectation on family members, my students, my wife. These high expectations, which is when it is not fulfilled, then I get into anger issues. So these proposals on trust, the foundation value, I tried a long time to understand this and see in within myself. The other proposals I am found very easy to understand, but this trust is taking long time because of my preconditionings. This video discussion on right here, right now has opened my eye. This reaction is chain reactions, and the response is also chain. And so if I see that doubt on intention is mistrust, the other is not intentionally, then I am able to be in harmony. And other is doing the mistake intentionally, then I am in disharmony. So I am able to see this clearly. Now, during my driving, if other is not following the rules and regulation, I am not disturbed. I am in harmony. I am seeing that the other is doing this mistake not intentionally. So this is giving more harmony within. I am also able to see myself. And coming to, I want to share the one incident where my wife and myself and my colleague was taking lunch. And my colleague asked, after UHV, is there any transformation noticed in your spouse? So she told that after our marriage for 15 years, I prayed many gods to decrease his anger issues. Now slowly his anger is reducing. So this is one of the sharing from my wife. And also with my kids, now I'm not getting into this reaction, mostly 95%. I can say I am more responsible. So then recently I have built a home, and it was the neighbor who argued that he has 9 inches land in my land. So I said, okay, and I left that and then constructed. But he is not satisfied, and he went on putting in the court. So for justice, then I understood building this much house and having the feeling of opposition with the neighbor is not leading to harmony. So these physical facilities are not leading to happiness. Right understanding relationship is having the higher priority, as we have listened in the keynote lecture today also. So this right understanding, I have seen that he is not done intentionally. I don't have feeling of opposition, but this case on me, whenever I go to that new home, then I see that there is a concern conflict. So I am in disharmony, but I try to solve it, keeping that his competence is less. So now, whenever students comes with some issues, then I see that they are needing, their lack of understanding, they are doing this mistake. But still, I am working on this part. So many students after the proposals of trust are getting connected to the content and sharing that they are now very much seeing this relationship and fulfilling the relationship with the family members. Even for me, so this without understanding the relationship, it is very difficult for me to fulfill the relationship. And I started the sharing of these values to students and attending all the sessions on UHV as much as possible. I'm volunteering for UHV activities, and this content is giving more harmony, means it is bringing more harmony within, and I'm seeing my participation, my role. Previously, I used to spend a lot of time on unproductive works after the institute works. So I spend on TV. Now I spend my time on spreading these UHV activities, UHV proposals to nearby institutes and students. I'm forming the UHV clubs like Happiness Club and helping the students who are in depression, and this is helping to me. So thank you for giving the opportunity, and it was very much useful for me to explore within. And thank you for the opportunity and patient listening. Namaste to all. Namaste.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Very much helpful for all of us, especially your reflection on content sharing, how it is helping each of us. All of us are from academic background, teaching the students, delivering the content. So when we go through the content, we are delivering the content will help us. The preparations will help us in improving our clarity and also helping us in improving our relationship with the students. And how you were able to deal your anger issue, especially when we are getting some comments from our family members. They know our real behavior. So that's the real transformation. They only can observe the real transformation. That's a very nice thing. Family Bhaiya, let us listen from our audience, both from our Zoom audience and from YouTube audience. There are any questions? They can raise their hand.
Well, in YouTube chat, there is no questions being asked, but we would welcome
Yes.
the participants to have their questions or share your thoughts or reflections being done by our 5 sharing participants. The floor is open for the participants. You may raise your hand so that the mic would be provided to you. We don't see any hands being raised. Shall we move further, Didi? Thank
Yes,
you,
yes,
Didi,
Didi.
for your
So
valuable
let me
feedback.
share my reflections on the questions.
Yes, Didi.
Yes. Okay, Didi. Yes. So today in this session, we had 5 sharings. Started with Ajay Kumar Bharti. I think I was able to see the common reflection in all of them, especially when we are discussing the proposals of UHV. All these 5 sharings, they were talking more about the improvement with the relation. If I start with Ajay Kumar Palji, he was saying that earlier he was affected by the influences of external factors, like the example what he was sharing here, the incident with his mother. Initially, he was angry, but later he was able to develop that awareness. This is what most of us are able to see in our behavior also. How UHV is helping us in improving our awareness and how far it is able to help our relationship with others. Same reflection we were able to have from Gandhi and Anita also. Lata Didi was saying that she was able to see her responsibility for self-development and she was able to get over the complaining about others. That means this way we will be able to improve our relationship rather than complaining others. If we are able to see our responsibility in our own harmony or disharmony, that will be helping us. That also will be helping us and also in our relationship with others. And Anita Didi sharing, she was talking about her feelings before attending the UHV and after attending the UHV, and also sharing her understanding about intention and competence. And changes in her behavior has helped others in her institution for self-exploration process and also making it as a collaborative environment with a theme of relationship, gratitude. And she was able to see that the sharing of values and delivering the content is very much helpful in developing the relationship with others. Amrish Patel ji was sharing his experience on self related with the exercises, I would say, observing the self by the self and observing the self, observing the body by the self. By these two observations, definitely we are able to improve our awareness. So he was also talking about the understanding on competency and intention. And the most important thing I was able to see from his sharing was nothing is a burden to me now because I can see my responsibility, all the activities, whatever I am getting involved. That's a very good understanding. And also for mutual happiness, we need to develop relationship. And he was also able to see the coexistence of activities and his responsibility in his interactions with others. And just now we were listening to Jagdish Babuji also. Yeah, he was also saying that earlier he was calm, and in his behavior, but inside he was not like that. This is what most of us are behaving. Maybe to others, our reflections and responses are very calm and friendly, but inside we are struggling with our feeling. UHV has helped him to bring that harmony in all his activities, and that was clear from the response of his wife and the responses of his through the interactions of other colleagues and all. And other proposals like prosperity and related to the health, especially when we are cooking food, we are thinking about if we are thinking about sensation and other things, it won't be helpful for nurturing our body. But if you are able to see this meaning of self-regulation, yeah, this way, the main thing he was saying was about his anger issue. And he was saying about the proposal on trust. Usually, that's the most difficult proposal for all of us, many of us. Like, if you are able to see the difference between intention and competence. When we listen to that proposals, we may say that, we may think that intention is same for everyone, competence is different. But usually it will appear only as an understanding. Practicing in our life is very difficult. If you are able to do that, that will really help us in improving our relationship with others. This is about my reflection on the sharings. Now let me invite our honorable chairperson, Dr. Vishwanathan, for welcome you, sir. Namaste.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Deepaji Nair, for giving all these inputs and chairing the session so far. Today, we are fortunate to listen to Sri Ajay Pal, Dr. Lata Maheshwari Madam, then Madam Anita Mane. Then we also heard from Sri Amresh Patel, and the last sharing was done by Dr. Jagadish Babu. If you look at various points they had shared, we started off with Sri Ajay Pal, who actually was, mentioning about how he realized the power of understanding. Actually, everything finally relates to the family relations, the relations with society, actually the relation with self as well as the relation with others. So it's mentioning like, initially when there is lack of understanding about the intention of others, that is where the problem starts. Actually, the intentions are good, but sometimes we don't look it that way. At times, we become blind because of our personal ego, where we want to always feel that we are right and others are wrong. So irrespective of even the very close relations, whether it is your mother, whether it is your daughter, son, whoever it be, these aspects, you don't want to give up, and that leads to kind of clash as well as disturbance in many cases. So that goes away when we start thinking more about ourselves, trying to understand more about ourselves, and we think from others' perspective. And a lot of examples have been given by Sri Ajay, where he has started understanding himself and then has started, realizing that whatever issues have happened are not because of others. Probably it was his own lack of understanding. So once that has been realized, things have become much easier. The family relationships are better, and the effect is you become more happy, and when you change, that reflects on others. They also feel happy and they also start slowly changing. Okay? I will not go into the details because of a shortage of time. Then we heard from Dr. Lata Maheshwari Madam. Here also, I think when we look at the sharing, though it all starts from different perspectives, the basic point is the same. There also, you have assumptions, you have preconditioned mentality, and everything happens based on that, which you realize later that that is not correct, because that happens because you have not understood yourself properly. And when we don't understand ourselves properly, we start thinking that whatever others do, it's all wrong, and we start, reacting to that, and it only worsens the situation. Nobody is happy as an outcome. So here also, of course, from the sharing, I feel very happy that the very key point on, observing self and knowing, when you start observing your thoughts, you know where you are going. Actually, the mind and body, they're all related. They're not separate, actually. Though we think that they are different because each one affects the other. So when you start observing your thoughts, how it affects your reactions, how it affects even your physical health, then you come to know the reality that you have been, analyzing in certain wrong way. And this has been very well realized. And Madam finally concluded by talking about the natural acceptance part. Exactly, that is what comes to ourselves. We start thinking, we start, proposing many things. Are we doing the right way? And when we start thinking about that, slowly we get into the state of natural acceptance. And then many problems get resolved. And when we heard Dr. Anita Mane, Madam was, of course, talking about many incidents. I'm extremely happy to know, that kind of a change, of course, we know family is a smaller place. It involves maybe 3 people, 4 people. But when it comes to the workplace, this is applicable to the earlier sharing also. When it comes to the workplace, it's a big society. It affects so many people. And unfortunately, see, this is the starting point. Not everybody realizes the value of value. Okay, so that is where the problem starts. So when we are in a position of authority, or when we are in a position of leadership, then we can do a lot of things, because that is where we say lead by example. So that's what Madam has been doing. And when she realized that she has to understand herself first, and then start reciprocating with others from that perspective, a lot of things have changed. So rather than we getting disturbed on every aspect, spending half day or 1 day in a frustrated condition, when we have changed the way we have been thinking about things, the reason behind that, understanding ourselves more, these kind of disturbances go away. And then your approach to others, that also has changed now. And when our approach to others changes, all of them look at us from a different perspective. Their value for us increases. Their respect for us increase. Otherwise in front of us they may show respect, but behind the scene they'll be talking something else. But now it's a true respect. They all become part of our family, and they start looking at us like that. Okay, so Madam rightly mentioned you are the second mother. So that is how they start looking at us. Though they have not gone through the UHV, they have not learned the values, but the gesture that we show when we have changed in terms of values, that spreads. That is how we see the response from others. It's all have been very valuable lessons. Then Sri Amresh Patil ji also mentioned very clearly when he started off, delivering the UHV content, his focus was only on the content, not realizing really what it means. But soon he caught up with those points, and when he realized the real meaning of that content, by doing self-exploration, by applying it to himself, that became more meaningful. Could realize more. He could go into the deeper meaning of the content of UHV, and that has helped him a lot. And from kind of a person who dictate or give instructions, or a person who receives instructions, get instructions from others, and feel disturbed on every point, like why I should be the one. It all changes. It becomes like sharing and caring. It is for all of us to be happy together. Then that's a great thing that should happen to each individual. And as I said, that gets spread to the society, to the family, and so on. In similar lines, Jagdish Babu also mentioned, but of course, the real point was before UHV, he was feeling calm outside, but really that was not the scenario. This happens to many of us. We don't want to express our unhappiness externally to others, thinking that they will get disturbed. But it multiplies the effect inside. It keeps boiling, and at some stage it bursts out. And that time others will not be able to bear that, and the damage that creates will be much, much more than that. So I think the UHV experience has been well taken by Dr. Jagdish Babu also. He has, he felt that transformation, and now his unproductive time, which he mentioned was spent on things like watching TV and all, has changed, and that time is being very productively made use of. So to put things together, though we approach from different perspectives, the point is same for all of us. It is a common point. We get disturbed, we feel unhappy on many occasions, because we are part of a society, we have an environment around us, we are not an independent being, we are not living alone. So this is natural. But why we should get disturbed, or why we should feel frustrated, That is the change that brings in through the value education or understanding the values in terms of, exploring self. Because we cannot change everybody. We can change only ourselves. What we have in control, is ourselves. So only when we change ourselves, we will realize that lot have changed. But we cannot change every individual person because their approaches are different, their behavior that is different. So best thing that has happened through this process is trying to understand ourselves, trying to change ourselves, and moving from reacting to responding. Reacting is just emotionally something. That is where we talk about being angry or being rude, all that. But when we talk about respond, it is more of, thinking on the process and doing more of a right thing where there is, some kind of value, some kind of intelligence, some kind of looking from the other's perspective. If I was that person, what would have happened? All these things, make us respond in a proper. So these are all the things I feel I also have learned from all your sharing, from your experiences. And definitely I want to thank all of you for being part of this and, enriching all those, including myself, who have been listening to your experiences. It has been really great, wonderful feeling. And this is what we have been telling, celebrating the values. That is what is happening today. Thank you, every one of you. It has been really great, really fantastic. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
For your these slot. Yeah, now let me invite Lita Diti for the conclusion.
Yes, Siddhi. Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful observations and insight. Now, on behalf of organizing committee, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chairpersons for their guidance and reflections. A special thanks to all the presenters, delegates attending via Zoom and YouTube, as well as the technical team and volunteers for their active participation and contributions. We will now take a short break and we will rejoin for the next session at 2 p.m. We have a parallel session of our discussions on education, health, and on SDG goals. Thank you, everyone, and namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you all.